Hi all, welcome back to Concept Wise Learning Hub. In today's session, we are going to understand the essence of evaluation. Evaluation is an important part of teaching learning process because it helps us determine whether the intended learning objectives have been achieved. In simple words, evaluation tells us how far the learner has achieved the expected learning outcomes. Evaluation is a systematic process of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting information to judge learners' achievements. For example, if we teach the topic photosynthesis and then conduct a quiz to check students' understanding, that process is evaluation. So now remember the difference between three important terms. Measurement. Measurement means expressing performance in quantitative terms. For example, 30 marks out of 50. The next is assessment. Assessment means collecting evidence of learning such as through a quiz. Next is evaluation. Evaluation means judging the results and making a decision such as pass or fail. So remember, measurement is numbers and assessment is the evidence and evaluation is the judgment and decision. Now let's understand the elements of evaluation. There are six important elements. The first one is objectives. We first decide what knowledge, skills or attitudes we want to evaluate. The second one is learning experiences. These are the activities provided to help students achieve those objectives. The third one is assessment tools. We use tools such as tests, projects and observations to collect evidence. The fourth one is measurement. Here we record the learner's performance or scores. The fifth one is interpretation and judgment. We compare the results with the expected objectives and interpret the performance. The sixth one is feedback and decisions. Finally, the results are used to provide feedbacks and make decisions for continuous improvement. So the sequence is objectives, learning experience, tools, measurements, interpretations, and then feedbacks. Now let's look at the types of evaluation. The first is based on stages of learning. The first one is formative evaluation. It is conducted during the teaching process. It helps the teachers to identify learning difficulties and provide feedback. For example, weekly quizzes. The next one is summative evaluation. It is conducted at the end of the course or unit. For example, final examination. The last one is diagnostic evaluation. It is conducted before teaching. Its purpose is to identify the learner's existing knowledge and difficulties. Now, based on the reference frame, norm reference evaluation. A learner's performance is compared with the performance of other learners. For example, class ranking, and our UGC NET example is the best example for norm referred evaluation. The next is criterion reference. Performance is compared with a predefined standard or criterion. For example, passing a driving test. Car driving test is the best example of criterion reference. So we have to remember this. It is an important topic based on UGC NET exam. So next we also have quantitative and qualitative evaluations. The first one is quantitative evaluation based on numbers and scores. The next one is qualitative. It is based on observations, attitudes, and descriptive information. Now let's understand evaluation in CBCS, choice based credit system. CBCS provides students with flexibility in selecting core, elective, and skill courses. Credits are assigned based on the workload. The system emphasizes continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Evaluation mainly consists of two components. The first one is continuous internal assessment, that is CIA. This may include tests, assignments, attendance. It indicates 25 to 40% of weightage for CIA. The next is end semester or external examination. This includes written or practical examinations and carries 60 to 75% weightage. So here a grading system is also shown, that is O stands for outstanding and A plus stands for excellent and A for very good and B plus for good. The key idea is that CBC focus on continuous assessment, flexibility and transparency through CGPA. Now let's discuss the computer-based testing, that is CBT. CBT means conducting, recording and scoring examinations using the computers instead of traditional paper and pencil methods. Example includes NTA UGC NET, GRE, GMAT and GATE. The advantages are CBT provides instant results and analysis, randomized questions, adaptive testing, and paperless examination. Randomized question set can also help to reduce the possibility of cheating. The challenges include requirements of digital literacy, availability of proper infrastructure, possibility of technical problems. Our next topic is innovation in evaluation system. Modern evaluation is becoming more learner centric, continuous and skill based. Let's look at some important innovations. The first one is continuous and comprehensive evaluation, that is CCE. It evaluates different domains such as cognitive, affective, psychomotor. It may use projects, portfolios, and peer assessments. The next one is open book examination. Here, students can refer to permitted materials. The focus is mainly on application and analysis rather than rote memorization. Next is online or remote proctored exams. These examinations can be conducted remotely using technology such as webcams and monitoring system. Next is e-portfolios. These are digital collections of students' work. They encourage reflection and self evaluation. Next is rubric based evaluation. Predetermined criteria are used for grading. This improves transparency and consistency. The next is peer and self assessment. Students evaluate their own work or the work of their peers. This helps to develop critical thinking. And next is AI and data analytics. Learning analytics can track students' progress and support personalized learning and adaptive testing. Let's finish it with a quick revision. Evaluation means determining whether the learning objectives have been achieved. So remember the elements, that is objectives, learning experience, tools, measurement, interpretations, and next last one is feedback. Next is types of evaluation. The first one is formative. It is during learning, and the summative is done at the end of learning process, and the diagnostic is done before learning, and norm reference is compared with others and criterion is compared with the standards, and CBCS evaluation. It is a continuous internal and external assessment within a credit based system. Next is computer based system. It provides online testing, automated scoring, and instant feedback. So, with this, we have completed today's session. I hope this session helped you to understand the concepts clearly. If you found this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe to Concept Wise Learning Hub. Clear concept for smarter study. If you have any doubt, please comment below. Thank you for watching and see you in next class.